Hello, my name is METİN Arıdaşır. This is 192nd part of explanation of my theory. Yes. According to my theory and my formulas, humanity, with its current physics-based equipment, cannot be adapted to the universe as much as a fly, as much as an insect. Again, humanity cannot be adapted to the universe as much as a fly, as much as an insect, with its current physics-based equipment. Those dogmas and beliefs still exist, common and scholastic. 1. In accepted physics, light speed is independent of its source, whereas, according to my theory and my formulas, light wave velocities in each direction are variable depending on its source's displacement velocity, source motion velocity, displacement direction, and orientation. 2. In accepted physics, nature is not continuous. It has discontinuous character. Light is represented by the photon, massless photon, that has to travel in vacuum, in nothing, to reach us from the distant galaxies. For instance, from the distant galaxies for billions of years, and our telescopes work as the time machines that show us the past. Whereas, according to my theory and my formulas, our universes are continuous. Light is spherical ring-shaped intrinsic motion form of meta-sensation perception matter. There is continuum in meta-sensation perception matter, not a spirit. And the void or vacuum or nothing but a metaphysics fiction of accepted physics. And telescopes don't work as the time machines. Space probes don't work as the time machines that show us the past. 3. In accepted physics theories, light is electromagnetic wave, but it's represented by a massless photon in confused mind. Sometimes they say each object has accompanying wave. Eventually, in accepted physics theories, light has a certain character, whether it is particle or two of them, particle and wave. Mainly in accepted physics theories, it is a particle. Light is a particle in discontinuity. Electromagnetic wave, photon and wave particle represents the same thing in accepted physics. Whereas, according to my theory and my formulas, there are different kinds light in our universes. A. Intertwined, interconnected, spherical ring-shaped, successive motion forms that are produced and propagated by free electron motion forms of meta-sensation perception matter. These are unique sources of all continuous spectra in our universes when these electron motion forms are in motion. B. Single wave pulse. It is produced and poured out from a proton-bound, atom-bound electron motion form by the effect of effective successive waves of free electron motion forms. All characteristic emission lines are this type light. C. Human-made artificial light types. There are two kinds now: radio waves, laser waves. Radio waves, in spite of they are successive, they seem as to me. They are not intertwined and interconnected. This makes the measurement results change. Laser waves, in spite of they seem as successive waves, each of wave is a single wave pulse that is produced and pushed out from a proton-bound electron motion form. They are not intertwined and interconnected. I'm so sorry. Yes. Laser waves, in spite of they seem as successive waves, each of wave is a single wave pulse that is produced and pushed out from a proton-bound electron motion form. They are not intertwined and interconnected. This makes the measurement results change. B. Quantum theory is still incapable of determining and predicting of a multi-electron atom's spectral lines values. It is still at the same point with Niels Bohr theory. Whereas, according to my theory and my formulas, I computed and I predicted multi-electron atoms. For instance, oxygens, heliums, lithiums, carbons, sodiums, nitrogens atoms, spectral lines values completely and certainly. You can find these from my former videos. It matches with NIST data. These works that I made, same results with observational values. Okay. 4. In accepted physics theories, whether it is classical or relativistic, Doppler formula assumes the frequency changing, and in accepted physics theories, continuous spectrum graphs are composed and mixed of different frequencies of light. Whereas, according to my theory and my formulas, each specific continuous spectrum graph represents only a single, constant, unchanged specific frequency. This law that I put forth is valid for all moving light sources. These are only some of the many results of my theoretical works. Eventually, our current measurement tools that are based on accepted physics theories cannot measure, for instance, the distances and objects' velocities, and cannot determine objects' locations accurately and precisely in the context of cosmological and astronomical, eventually universal scales, and cannot predict what will happen. Have a good evening. See you later.